the exact moment you realized your partner was living a completely fake life. I dated this guy, Liam, for almost 2 years. He was the literal blueprint of a perfect boyfriend. He was charming, made great money, and had this thick, incredibly attractive Irish accent that made all my friends jealous. He told me he moved to the US from Dublin for a fresh start. He said his parents were toxic, so he cut them off completely. I felt so bad for him. I became his whole support system. But right around our 1-year anniversary, things started getting weird. We were driving from New York to Chicago for a friend's wedding. Liam insisted on doing all the driving, but he refused to take the interstate. We were taking these totally sketchy back roads through rural Ohio. Every time a state trooper drove past, his knuckles would turn totally white on the steering wheel. I brushed it off. I thought he just had driving anxiety. That's when I realized how wrong I was. About 2 hours outside of Cleveland, the car's transmission completely blew out. We were stranded. No cell service, just endless cornfields and this one incredibly rundown diner about a mile up the road. So we walked. We pushed open the diner doors and the bell rang. The waitress behind the counter looked up and she dropped an entire tray of mugs on the floor. She stared dead at my boyfriend, went completely pale and screamed, "Tyler!" Liam froze. He looked at her. Then he looked at me. And the thick, charming Irish accent he'd had for 2 years completely vanished. He sounded exactly like a Midwest frat bro when he whispered, "Babe, I can explain. Yeah, it gets worse." Before I could even process that my boyfriend just completely shape-shifted his voice, an older woman sprinted out of the diner's kitchen. She took one look at him and started hysterically crying. But that wasn't even the worst part. She wasn't just a random woman. She was his mother. The abusive family he supposedly left behind in Ireland. They owned a diner in Ohio. Liam wasn't an Irish tech executive. His real name was Tyler, so I demanded the truth right there in front of the pie display case. Turns out Tyler hadn't moved to America for a fresh start. He had staged a mysterious disappearance in his hometown 3 years ago because he owed $60,000 to his own grandfather after a spectacularly failed cryptocurrency scheme. He literally invented a completely new persona, watched a ton of Netflix to get a fake accent, and fled to New York to date me. I didn't yell. I didn't even cry. I just ordered a slice of cherry pie, ate it at the counter, and called an Uber Black to the nearest airport. Last I heard, Tyler is living out in Miami. I hear his Australian accent is coming along nicely.